The M2 Mac Mini is a cool new computer that's both cheaper and better than the previous model. It's a great deal because you can have a high power computer for only $599, which is $100 less than the older model. For that price, you get the latest 8-core M2 standard processor, a 10-core GPU, 8GB of RAM memory, and internal 256GB of solid-state drive. As this is a model that I've been personally using for the past 2 months now when it comes to editing my videos, and this thing has been a power horse. Even with the standard 8GB of RAM, when it comes to video editing in 4K, that's apparently all I really need. And I have it paired to a 4K 42-inch television OLED monitor that I have. And since the Thunderbolt is still available, I can actually still connect to another monitor if I ever have to. But that's where you could draw a con about this device, because this entry-level one can only support 2 monitors at once. One was HDMI and the other one with the Thunderbolt port. Now, yes, it is true you can always opt with additional specs, as Apple is pretty much flexible when it comes to upgrading the internal storage, as well as selecting a higher RAM. If you need 16GB of internal RAM, you could totally do so, because another con to the Mac Mini is that the internal RAM is unified memory. In other words, it's soldered to the motherboard and you can't upgrade it, unfortunately. So you're stuck with the storage and the RAM storage that you select. However, you can purchase third-party accessories like this hub that I personally picked up last year for my M1 Mac Mini, and you can actually transfer accessories from your older Mac Minis, since the body is 100% identical to the older models, and use it on the latest M2. So if you have some accessories laying around, you're able to transfer most of them to this device. And now, thanks to this device, I actually have an internal SSD into that thing that I use for additional storage, which gives my device 3 terabytes of storage. So in a sense, there's clever ways you can upgrade your storage if you really have to, but when it comes to RAM, you're basically stuck with the unified RAM memory that's selected. Just be cautious, because as soon as you start adding stuff, the number is just going to immediately rise too close to 1,000 or more. But in terms of everyday use, I am a content creator, but I could definitely see families using this, students who live like in a dorm, an apartment, who's limited on space. The benefits of a Mac Mini is that you can provide your own size monitor, your keyboard, and mouse, so you're not stuck with what Apple has in terms of their weird Magic Mouse and trackpad. You can actually use third parties like Cooler Master or HotshotTek if you like. So you have the freedom to select your own peripherals in terms of operating this machine. It has a lot of power, and it's on point to a full desktop computer. But the con with the full desktop computer is not only is it big, it draws more power, it's louder, and in some ways, it also costs more too. For $500, you get a lot of computer for the Apple's asking price. And especially if you're a student, you could easily apply the student discount on Apple's website. So the Mac Mini is by far the best value Mac OS computer you could buy that's powerful to be capable to render videos at 4K, enjoy some Mac supported PC games, and also used for Photoshop, photo editing. So if you're a wedding photographer or videographer, a small device like this is more than capable to handle all of that. And as you're witnessing me do right now, it's extremely portable. If you want to travel with this thing, all it really needs is just power and HDMI, and just bring your wireless peripherals like your Bluetooth wireless mouse or keyboard, and you could basically travel around the world like you typically would with like a laptop, in a sense, without having to pay for that Apple laptop price tag. So the size of this Mac Mini makes it a great option for people who also don't have a lot of room, and it's really easy to use, and it's going to continue to be supported from Apple for a long duration. For 2 months of owning this device, yeah, it's my workhorse in case my laptop dies or whatever. It's my backup Mac of choice, but if I had a full dedicated desktop setup, the Mac Mini would easily replace all my Macs. So there you guys have it. That's my quick overview of the Mac Mini with the M2. The M2, once more, is extremely powerful. I highly recommend, and it's an amazing value for its asking price. Yes, the storage did slightly slow down. The SSD is slightly slower than the previous M1. This is where Apple was able to cut the price from $100. But if you use an external storage option, which I highly recommend, you save a lot of money instead of selecting the high storage option that Apple has available on their website. But this is actually a clever way you can actually continue to have a much more faster storage, read and write speed if you really need it for your profession. Aside from that, there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button, get subscribed. If you'd like to watch more, maybe check out some accessories that I featured in today's video that I use on my Mac Mini. And go ahead and watch right over there where I still use those accessories day to day actually. Highly recommend watching that video if you're looking for accessories. If you're looking for like awesome accessories for your Mac Mini. Other than that, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.